Basic Beat Breakdown, episode 5 of a series where I talk about different grooves that served as plateaus on my path to becoming a better musician. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the drum beat to Schism by Tool. Yes, and be sure to like and subscribe for more basic beat breakdowns and music demystified. Now we're going to talk about Danny Carey, which is a long time coming for this channel. I've gotten lots of requests and questions on why I haven't talked about Danny Carey yet, especially since he is the master of odd time signatures. Well, let's start from the beginning. When I first learned this drum beat, I didn't even know what an odd time signature was. And that's how I would like you to learn it and understand it, is just by feeling the groove. Basically how it happened was the bass player in my band started playing the bass line, and I thought that it was a cool rhythm. I ended up learning how to play the drum beat after listening to the song a few times just by ear, and then we would jam on this song at band practices in between practicing our own original songs. And so that's how I basically learned and understood how to play this groove, is by feeling it. And again, that's how I encourage you to learn it as well. But we're going to break it down for you, and first I'm just going to play it for you nice and slow. And so it's hard to hear how I'm counting it over the top of my drums, but the way I'm subdividing it is 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3, and that's essentially the basic pulse of it. We're playing regular and compound beats combined. One two one two three 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2. I know the pieces fit, and so on and so forth. How do we count this? What is the actual time signature? The unanimous decision amongst a lot of people is basically to say it's alternating 5, 8, and 7, 8. And again, we're just talking about this main groove. This is the main groove that basically opened up the doors to odd time signatures for me. And 5, 8, 7, 8, a lot of people notate this in 6, 4. It's basically up to you to interpret it and to decide it. The band themselves says it's in 6, 8 and a half. So does the time signature even really matter, especially when Tool goes up on stage and they're not reading this off of a sheet of music? If you are going to write it out for somebody, do what makes sense to you or what you think will make sense to the musicians reading this. And again, the easiest way for me to do it is to just feel it, baby. Yeah. If we're thinking of this as alternating 5, 8, and 7, 8, it's 4-bar phrasing. The measures of 5, 8 are the same, but the measures of 7, 8 are different from each other. We have, and then on this other one, you just have to feel it. When we're playing on the hi-hat, we're playing with the tips of our sticks. That's how Danny Carey gets that really clean tone on his hi-hats. And when we're opening the hi-hat, when we play the open hi-hat notes, when we close it, we're not playing a hi-hat note on the same time as the snare with our hand. We're doing it with our foot. We're closing the hi-hat to get that closed hi-hat sound. hats off to Danny Carey, the king of odd time signatures. I bow to you and I pay my respects to you. Again, be sure to like and subscribe for more awesome musical content. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.